Hello, everybody.
Yo, what's going on?
Welcome to the newest episode of Anime Mystics Podcast.
Yes.
I'm Roman.
I'm Steven Sonosuke-sama.
And, this is going to be probably a relatively short episode.
Yeah, at least we're definitely light on topics. That's for sure.
I don't know how we could stretch this, so it might just be however long it goes.
Yes.
So we got just a couple of stuff from the season to talk about, and Sano here went to PAX. So
PAX South in San Antonio.
Talking about that.
Yep.
And the usual FGO talk.
Yeah, because there's both versions of the game are running kind of the same event, so just wanted to touch on that and kind of like what's the future looking like, at least in terms of the USA. Wanted to go over the anime. Because the anime is getting into the more hype parts.
I keep mentioning that in the videos. Like, it's going to start getting crazy now.
Yeah.
Like,
real fast.
We only got, 7 episodes left? It's only 21 episodes.
21? I thought it was 22.
7 or 8 episodes.
Yeah.
Still coming up.
It's not 24. No, definitely know that much.
Yeah, I remember it was a weird number.
Yeah.
Before we get into any of that, I just want to give a couple of updates. This is usually my one time I could actually tell you all what's going on with the channel. So as you know, I'm supposed to be picking up a lot of the shows that I had on hold. I'm still doing that. This whole last couple of weeks have been kind of crazy. What with Belle having the baby and everything.
Oh yeah, congratulations.
Thank you. Baby's doing fine.
Cool.
Relatively quiet kid, actually. I was at the house Sunday, and it slept most of the day.
Nice.
So that's good. Not a lot of crying.
So that makes you great uncle?
I guess. Okay. I'm not sure how that works with cousins.
Right.
I know she still wants to come back for One Piece. So as I've said before in other updates, probably around end of this month or early February, she's just got to, get everything situated with the baby and stuff. She's not going to go to work for a while, so I don't have to worry about that. And then she might even be leaving that job. She's not too happy there, especially with the way they treated her when she was pregnant.
Jeez.
Like, they basically tried to tell her that she would be fired if she didn't come back for peak season. She's like...
Wow.
8.5 months pregnant, and they want her to come back and move boxes. They threatened to fire her if she didn't come back. But she went and looked up, like, yeah, you can't do that.
No, you can't do that. I'm so... What? I can't believe someone had the audacity. I was going to say something else. The nerve to say that. Like, you do know how maternity leave laws work, right?
Right.
Jeez. Do you want a lawsuit? Because this is how you get a lawsuit.
They wouldn't even listen to her doctor's note, saying she can't lift this, she can't do that, she's got to basically be in the office doing the paperwork. But they would constantly be having her out on the floor, and she was always going to HR, like, they're not listening to my doctor. And, I mean, they would talk to them, and they'd be like, okay, and then like a day or so after that, she'd be back on the floor.
My goodness.
So yeah, she's definitely thinking of leaving that job.
No blame her.
Don't know where she'll end up, but it'll be better than where she's at now.
Yeah, totally.
Because no other place is going to take the risk and try to put a pregnant lady out on like a floor where you're lifting like 50-pound boxes. I'm not giving names because I don't want to.
Right? Yeah. No, totally.
But yeah, probably around the beginning of February or so, she'll be back for One Piece, hopefully.
Yeah. Sure.
I'll keep you all updated on that.
Definitely.
As far as what I'm picking up for this season, the holds, I'm thinking that I might do a lot of the shorter shows, the 12-episode ones, and just binge those on Sunday so I can get the whole thing out for you guys, and focus on the longer ones like throughout the week. I'm going to still watch other short shows throughout the week as well, but if you notice one doesn't have an episode that week, it's because I'm going to binge it the next Sunday. So you're just going to get probably the whole thing the next week.
So if you binge it on Sunday, are you going to just do one long review episode or react episode, or are you still going to do one react episode per episode?
No, usually when I binge, I just do it all in one video.
Got it. Okay.
And then I'll probably just do like a short review at the end of what I thought of it. Usually if Belle is there and we watch a show, we have like 2-hour reviews. Kind of like us when we're doing this. We can make this like an hour, and then it's like 3 hours long.
Yeah. It's good to know it's not just me.
Yeah, it's not
it's
just
everybody.
you. So that's what's going on with that. Yuri Yuri is going to be season 3 is going to be the one I'm binging this week.
Cool.
We're going back to Belle's this Sunday, but I'm going to try to do it when I get home because I only got like 6 episodes or something.
Nice.
So it shouldn't take that long.
Nice.
And hopefully we're not at her house all night.
Nice.
But other than that, I know I've been asked from a few of you if I'm picking up certain shows, and basically what I'm watching now from the season is what I'm watching for the rest of the season. As far as was it winter?
Mm-hmm.
As far as winter season goes. So Bang Dream Season 3, Isekai Quartet Season 2, Room Camp, Nekopara, and Magia Record. Those are the ones I'm watching for this season. Anything else, if you want me to watch it, just give me the name. I'll put it on the list of stuff I got to pick up later. So, yeah. I know, what is that? The Interspecies Reviewers is one of them I've already been asked about. So...
Yeah, that one's already getting hyped and all that. But I mean, we already knew that it was going to be hyped when we talked about it for the 2020 preview, or at least this season's preview. Yeah.
It was one that I wanted to pick up, but I was only doing a couple, so I was like, I got to make some sacrifices.
Yeah, this season looks almost as bad as like last season's, where it's all like, I think there's only like 5 shows, and then you dive into it, there's like 12 shows that are looking good or popular. Everyone's talking about.
Usually because they don't give you everything that's coming out to like the last month.
Yeah, because when we did our episode about the anime this season, did we talk about Bofuri? The one with the shield girl, Maple?
I don't think so, no.
See? That's what I'm saying. And that one came out, and it was like everyone started sharing that gif of the dude hitting her on the head with the hammer, and he flew back. The new shield girl? Yeah, and I was all like, what is this? Is everyone's just like, and I'm like, no, we never talked. We didn't have a clue, and it wasn't on the webpage either. What were we on? Anime News Network, right? Or
I think it was Anime News Network.
Where it was like upcoming shows, the shows for the season, it had it all in order and whatnot, and I don't recall us talking about it, and I'm looking through the notes, and...
Yeah, I think a lot of them they like announce at the last minute. So it's like really hard to look at the list and be like, okay, I'm going to watch this and this, because then they throw something else in like a week before, and you're like, that's coming out too?
Yeah. God. Yeah. And like I said, that's usually how I get my recommendations too anyways, is through the meme pages.
Yeah.
It's like, I only know like 2 shows, maybe the mainstream, like big budget AAA shows, and then it's like everything else I discovered through memes.
Right.
So whatever is just floating about on Facebook, that's usually what I'll be like, okay, that looks cool, and then I pick it up.
And I think those are the 2 big ones right now. Interspecies Reviewers and the Shield Girl.
Yeah, Bofuri.
I think there's one other one I see, but I don't know the name of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't... I have to dig through my phone and see what's going on, but yeah.
Right. So... Yeah, I'll put those on the list because I know I've been asked about a couple of them. Sure. I think I've been asked about those too.
Yeah.
So they'll be on the list. I'll pick them up eventually, but I can't guarantee when because I got a lot of stuff that have been recommended.
Sure. And then we were also talking about how not everyone's getting notifications. Right. So just like all your other YouTube guys are telling you, hit the bell, hit the notifications, and then I think it was click on the bell or right-click on the bell and make sure you turn on the notification symbol, because just clicking it won't turn on the alerts. So you have to actually right-click or actually click on it, because you click on subscribe and that'll get you to subscribe. Right. But then you actually have to hit the bell and actually turn on the notification alerts through that. And that's the way to kind of help get the notifications when a video goes up from Roman, Anime Mystics, Roman and Bell, all those good stuff.
Hopefully that also gives alerts for when I do community posts, because I hear a lot of you aren't getting those when I post them, So
I don't know what community posts look like. I know I've gotten emails because they tag me in emails when videos go live.
let me see. I'll show you a community post right here. Just go. Shut up. Accidentally clicked up video.
He's showing me a video on how to find community posts.
There we go. It was like I was trying to hit the your channel button, and then the screen went down to the actual video page.
Got it.
So this is like the community page right here.
Okay.
Think of it like a Facebook wall or something like that, where you just post like updates or
Okay.
whatever you want.
I'm going to help Roman then. We're going to look into this to make sure that the community posts are going out too. Maybe there's something we need to do behind the scenes, but when that happens, we'll update a post or whatnot. But for the meantime, yeah, hit subscribe, hit the bell, turn the bell on. We're not the only channel. We're telling you this. I've seen it on multiple different YouTube channels, all of them saying that. Some guys, they said their channel gives out 3, they put 5 videos up, but people only get notified for 3. So videos 4 and 5 every day don't send out notifications. So the other recommendation is just check the channel periodically.
Yeah.
You know, just come down, click the channel, go to videos, and usually you'll see it in the most recent to the oldest. So that's just check in every now and then, see what catches your eye, and hopefully you guys enjoy it.
Exactly.
But once again, we always say thank you for spending your time with us, listening to us ramble. Roman's out there doing his best, cranking them out.
I'm trying.
He's reviewing these animes like he's reviewing Monster Girls.
I do need to watch more Monster Girl stuff.
I just joined a Monster Girl appreciation group on Facebook.
Oh, did you?
Best decision of my life.
I think I saw.
I've been sharing a couple of them.
Yeah,
I've been sharing a couple of them.
From that.
Yeah, I've been the ones that look good. Yeah. I've never thought that a centipede could look attractive, but I've been proven wrong.
Not me. I'm sorry for all of you who saw the image of the centipede girl, but for me, I can't stand centipedes, and that.
I mean,
she's got a cute face and everything,
Yeah.
but the body with the centipede legs and everything is just creepy. So I'm like,
more hands to hold.
It's kind of like, was it Arachne?
Yeah, I was about to say. I was about to say that too. I was like, I'm still Team Spider. Don't get me wrong.
Like from was it Monster Musume?
Yeah,
I don't like spiders. I mean, she's attractive, but the spider body is like.
That's exactly what she said too. She's like, you only like me for my human half, and the dude's like, nah, I like you because legs.
Well, he likes legs. I remember that part from the show. He likes legs.
Yeah,
he's a leg guy.
Yeah.
Spider legs, though, not. No. Like
like I said, I'll take the whole package. I'm down. Sign me up, fam.
Got a spider in the bathroom at work.
Yeah.
I don't use the sink anymore because it's near the sink. Like, I'll go to the one in the break room and use that. She-Love can have that sink.
Why did you guys get rid of the spider?
I'm not going. The thing is like this big. I'm not going near it.
Jeez. My goodness. All right. If I would have known about that, I would have gone to your job with a shoebox and be like, come on, Rachnera, let's get out of here.
And some of them don't even care. Like, the boss, he goes over there all the time. He's like, whatever. Meanwhile, me and this other dude, like, after we are in there, we're, like, leaving and washing our hands in the other sink.
Once that spider actually becomes Rachnera, thanks to climate change, she'll appreciate your kindness.
She doesn't bother me, so, whatever. I'll let her live. Not like she's trying to poison me.
Yeah. So if you like conversations just like this, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. Make sure that's turned on. Turn on your alerts. Check your emails and check the channel every now and then. But yeah, we got lots of stuff down in the pipes coming down. So yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. My computer's making noises.
I was like, is that the fan?
No, yeah, that's the computer fan. So,
all right. Well,
but
anyway.
yeah.
If you hear a buzzing noise, that's the laptop.
Yeah,
because this thing does pick up a lot of noise.
It's a powerful mic.
Yeah, like I'll have my heater over there, and it still picks it up.
Wow. All right.
Okay.
Well then, we just have 2 anime. Yeah, we're actually going to talk about anime today.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to touch on Isekai Quartet and FGO. So let's do Isekai Quartet because it's only got 2 episodes.
For now.
And they're 10 minutes. So
Yeah, well, yeah, because if you count the opening and the ending, it's like a minute each.
right.
So yeah, like 10 minutes each episode.
So I was curious to see how Naofumi and Raphtalia were going to come in, and they're surprisingly still pushed kind of to the back.
Kinda.
So they
I mean,
haven't
the
really...
first episode was good for them because it was kind of introduction.
Yeah.
Second episode, they just made like a cameo.
Right. Scumfumi. So they used to call Kazuma Scumzuma. So that's why when Naofumi just protected himself, it was like Scumfumi. But it's kind of weird too because, like I said, I thought that they were gonna go with like the end of the show Naofumi, where he's kind of loosened up a bit. But it seems it's still middle of the show Naofumi, where he's still kind of a dick.
Yeah, definitely, because he's just kind of looking out for himself and his group.
Yeah. Not
really trying to interact with anybody too much.
Right.
It's just Raphtalia and Philo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was talking about the monster pen with Philo. It was like, yeah, Akko killed Death Knight.
Oh, yes. And then brought him back.
And but I mean, their logic was right. That was like, there's supposed to be, what, two monsters here. So if we kill one, we're back down to 2 monsters. I was like, well, you're not wrong. Poor F's in the chat for Death Knight.
Death Knight.
Oh man. So yeah, it was it even in the show itself just literally picked up right where it left off. It didn't skip a beat.
Nope.
It's like barely any time at all has passed. So
I'd say none, because it was like he brought up the exchange student. Mm-hmm. Door opens in the end of the season, and here it shows Naofumi at the door.
Yep.
And then he closes it because he's like,
he's Naofumi.
What's going on?
Scumfumi. He's like, I'm out of here, losers. So
I don't even think he's gone to his class at all.
No,
he's just wandering around.
Yeah. Yun Yun is in class 6, wasn't it?
That was 3.
Class 3. Okay.
Yeah, because she's just by herself.
Yeah. And Naofumi is class 1.
She can't even get the cat to join her class. Was it Chomsuke?
Chomusuke, yeah.
Can't even get him to join the class.
Chomusuke has taste, that's why.
He was the exchange student.
Yes, he was.
Spoiler for those who haven't watched the episode.
I like how they're playing it up as Chomosuke and Puck now.
Yeah, that was funny. Subaru's like, if Chomosuke can be a member of the class, then Puck should get his own seat too. Okay, I guess. And then he's sitting up at the front.
Remember, Roman likes Puck because he's biased towards Amelia. So
I'm okay. I'm like, Puck's okay, but you know.
He only just completely murderized Subaru.
He did, didn't he?
Yes.
Twice.
Yeah. Well, don't disappoint Puck and you won't die. You won't get murdered.
Yeah. Then again, I think people kind of forget that Rem's killed Subaru a couple of times as well.
You shut your mouth. Rem is precious and adorable. Rem is the best. Rem is the only one. If you don't support Rem and her plight, you're the worst kind of the worst.
Well, you can call me Kazuma then. I'm the worst.
Scums. Yeah, it's just like that. Well, no, Kazuma, we shouldn't invite Aqua into our plan to steal the booze. Her luck is the worst. Wow. So it's like, it's just Aqua abuse.
What was the first thing she did when she go in there? Just runs in and grabs the bottle. Like, there's not going to be a trap or nothing?
No, you can't fool a goddess.
No. Well, a real goddess anyway.
Hey. Rude. She makes party tricks. She counts.
She's got her uses.
Yeah. Like setting off the alarm. My goodness.
Frog bait.
There you go, see.
The frogs made an appearance in this last episode.
F's in the chat for Horseface.
Horseface man. That's his name from now on.
You know, to be fair, I always forget their names too. It's like, I don't remember anyone's name except like Tanya. Hell, I even remembered Mary Sue because her name is literally Mary Sue.
I was just talking about that in my reaction video. Because I was like, I can remember everybody from Konosuba, ReZero. I know some of the characters from Overlord, but I can't remember all of their names. But all I remember from Tanya's World is Tanya. Like, I'm probably never going to remember any of these guys' names.
Yeah, even sometimes I forget Visha's name, too. Hayami Saori's character. And I was like, she's such an important character. You know, she's like the grounding to Tanya. And I'm like, sometimes I forget her name. Because it's like, what doesn't help is that they have very German-sounding names,
right.
which is appropriate. It's not their fault. But it's so German, it makes it hard to remember, at least in my case.
Right.
And then it's like, okay, so Visha comes in. And then when you look at her name, it's like Mina Visha Sorba Kyovernev, and I'm like, okay, no, Visha.
She's
yeah,
supposed to be Russian.
She's supposed to be Russian, yeah.
Okay.
So it's from their alternative Russian place, which hasn't been introduced. They at the end, you saw all of Tanya, right? The anime?
Yeah.
Okay, so at the end of Tanya, they hinted at the Russian Empire. But yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, did you watch the movie?
I haven't watched the movie yet.
Okay, that was what to say. Yeah, they hinted at that, but yeah, that's where she comes from. But she's a refugee because Visha doesn't mind fighting against them because they were kind of jerks to her and her people and her her area, her town. So she ran and she was a refugee into the not German place of Tanya's, and that's how she got conscripted. It was like, well, if you want to live in the country, then you get conscripted, and that's how she ended up there.
Okay.
And she's just like, well, better here and not Germany and be in the army than to be back home and being prosecuted and chased and all that. And my home gets burned down. So
right.
Yeah. That's that's kind of what her story is. But yeah, they just shortened her name down to Visha. But yeah,
that works.
Yeah,
I probably won't remember it.
I mean, you just need to remember Visha. And anything else, Horseface, man.
Horseface,
man. Yeah, yeah. And what's funny is that, especially when you watch them in the movie, they're actually very capable. Tanya's really whooped them into shape.
Right.
But in terms of just remembering their names, it's like, I don't know, that guy and the other guy and...
Blonde dude.
Yeah. Guy with glasses that doesn't like it when Tanya acts on her own. Yeah.
He was... the teacher's aide in
yes.
the first season.
Yes, yes, he was. He's the one who knows Tanya's true nature.
Yeah.
So he flipped out when she made the propaganda movie in the movie, or the propaganda video in the movie, I should say. Yeah, he's great. He's just it's so funny because he's always all like, "Don't you know how evil Tanya is? Get it, Tanya, the evil And then all the superiors are like, I don't know what you're talking about, man. She just, whooped ass out there. She's the best. He's like, no, she's kind of terrible. I don't know, man. She's kind of great. So, yeah.
Sounds like people who are just in denial because they're winning a war.
Right. I mean, they're happy. They're like, yeah, we're winning. And he's just
I don't care how evil she is. She's winning the battles for us.
Right.
Which, I mean, you want somebody like that if you're going to want to battle.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah. But, yeah, in terms of remembering their names in Isekai Quartet, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember any of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, I remember you from the show, but I don't know your name. Horseface, man. That's his name from now on.
Yeah, his name is now Horseface, man. Thanks, Scumzuma and Aqua. Good call.
Yeah. If we can get nicknames like that for the others, it'd be great.
So we'll start with Amelia, and she'll be called Useless.
No, Aqua's got that. How about Perfect? That works.
No, that's Ram's name. Ram's name is Perfect.
Ram's name is Rat. Since she just ratted them out in this last episode.
Well, she's loyal, man. She's loyal to Roswell.
They were doing nothing to Roswell.
Yeah, well, he's an instructor. They have the whole Illuminati teacher thing.
I'm pretty positive those other guys from Tanya's World are old enough to be drinking.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They drink all the time. They drink all the time. They've shown it in the anime. They've talked about it in the light novel, the manga. They were drinking in the movie too. So
I'm not sure about Kazuma.
He's drunk.
I know, but I mean, is he old enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That was his whole thing, was that he was outside of high school, but he was still a NEET.
Oh, so he
was a college
graduated.
NEET. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a college NEET.
All right.
But yeah.
They didn't cover that very well in the anime.
Yeah. They will remember in like the first couple episodes too when he was drinking with Aqua and then Aqua was barfing rainbows.
Yeah, I just figured that because he was in another world, he didn't care, so he was just drinking.
Yeah, no, because you saw it too in like the first couple episodes when they showed like his room, they showed beer cans and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, they just don't like stress it, and even in those scenes with Aqua and them drinking and her barfing rainbows, you don't really see him drinking. It's just because it's like a montage sequence. So I can see where you're coming from, but yeah, no, he's legal age.
Okay.
Yeah. Which makes it even more awkward when, like, in the Konosuba movie, where Megumin's parents are trying to get them to hook up, and it's all like, I think there might be, like, a 7-year difference.
Is it a 7-year difference? What is he, in his 20s?
Yeah. And she's, I think, 15.
Wow, okay.
But I guess that's acceptable in Konosuba world.
Yeah, just another reason to go for darkness.
Yeah, I mean, yeah... No, we didn't get La Latina, though, in this episode.
No, we didn't get really anybody except for the guys from Tanya, Aqua.
Yeah, this whole episode was them. It was the heist.
It was pretty. I never thought I'd see them interact like in this kind of situation.
Yeah, what a weird pairing. Yeah, but it's funny too because that was also like, okay, so how's Cosmo going to interact with Naofumi? Naofumi just out scumbagged Cosmo. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Aqua getting chased by a frog. Help me, I'll give you divine protection. Shield prison around him and Raftalia.
What did he say? Never trust anyone who claims to be a god?
I think it was like the most untrustworthy people are those who speak of God.
This guy.
I don't think I've ever heard him say anything bad about people talking about God in the show, though. Maybe it's later in the light novels or something.
I mean, the whole church came at him at the end.
That's right. That's true. I forgot all about that for some reason.
Yeah.
I forgot about the church. Never mind then.
That just clicked on me.
It just makes sense now.
Yeah.
Then again, Aqua's kind of harmless, so he'll figure that out.
Man. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, before we move on, I'm going to show Roman this real quick. I've known about this for a while now, but Roman has seen the artist that turns FGO and fake characters into Konosuba. So now he gets to be introduced to Merlin Wiz.
No. I mean, there is a female version of Merlin, isn't it?
From Prototype.
Yeah.
So Merlin in Prototype is female, and she's voiced by Kawasumi Ayako, the voice of Saber Artoria. So nice. That's what this is, and that's actually kind of how she looks like. So the FGO Merlin, the dude Merlin, was just male-fied version of that. So yeah.
Okay.
That's what that is. But yeah.
Nice.
And then Foe is Chamusuke.
Foe. So it is pronounced Foe.
Yeah, Foe.
Because I always have a little difficulty trying to pronounce his name. Like, how am I supposed to pronounce it?
Oh, just watch the anime. You're watching the anime, just listen to Foe.
Yeah.
That's also...
But then I usually catch myself not paying attention to how they sometimes say names.
Oh. Yeah. Foe. Actually, funny enough, Foe, the one that's going to Foe, that's actually also Kawashima Ayako.
Saber?
Yeah, that's also her doing that too. Because, she's just sitting around the studio and they're like, hey, you got nothing better to do. You want to just say Foe a bunch of times? She's like, okay. And so, yeah, she's the voice of Foe, the official voice of Foe.
So she also said, Die Merlin?
Yes.
Die?
Yes. And then she immediately turns around and records herself as Merlin.
Nice. So,
yeah, because I've said this on other episodes of the podcast. That was the big joke, is that in FGO, it's Ayako as Saber Artoria, and then I was going to say Sugita. No, oh, God. Man, now I am drawing blanks. Damn it. No, it's not Sugita. Why am I drawing blanks? I'm looking this up because it's killing me.
You're trying to look up Merlin's
VA. Sakurai. That's what I want to say. Sugita.
it
Sakurai. Sakurai does Merlin. Ayako does Artoria Saber. And then in Prototype, they flip it. So Sakurai is Arthur, and Ayako is Femme Merlin.
Nice. Yeah.
So, and that's kind of the big joke gimmick thing, too. So, the other thing, too, is do you have Arthur in FGO?
No, I'm hoping to get him during the White Day thing.
Okay, so in when he actually does Excalibur, you can actually hear Ayako as like the voice of Excalibur, or the system voice. That's her talking.
So she does Excalibur as well?
Yeah, because, well, in Prototype, Merlin is kind of like the guiding voice, telling Arthur, you know, like, hey, you should go do this. Kind of like what Romani is doing right now. Mm-hmm. That's kind of like how Merlin aids Arthur in Prototype.
Okay.
So, before I go even deeper into that, because we're now crossing into FGO talk.
Yeah.
We're wrapping up Isekai Quartet.
Yeah, I think we're done with Isekai Quartet.
It's okay.
It's still funny. Go and watch it.
Yes. Also, like I said, I want to see more Naofumi.
Yeah, it would be nice to have him interact with everybody.
Yeah. So I think they're warming up, but I think right now they're also just kind of trying to squeeze him in there and just kind of trying to get him to fit into different scenarios.
Yeah. But trying to figure out how to use him properly.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm waiting for the Naofumi Tanya interaction.
Naofumi Tanya. That'd be interesting.
Can't wait. All right, next time, and I think actually we might do that. We might not talk about Isekai Quartet for about a couple sessions, just because the episodes are so short.
Yeah, I'll give it some time.
Give it some time, and then we'll come back.
To give it something to talk about.
Yeah. We'll see you guys in about 2 podcasts. Talk about Isekai Quartet again. All right.
We'll have something in place to talk about instead of Isekai Quartet.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can find something.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and just do FGO Anime-wise for now. So funny enough, Merlin is in Babylonia, too. So, And Merlin is kind of portrayed the same way. So Femme Merlin, regular Merlin, they're almost used interchangeably, and they also try to write it off too as all like, oh yeah, well, you know, it's Merlin. If he just wants to be a chick, he'll just be a chick, and in another dimension, he'll just be a dude. It's the same Merlin though. So regardless of what dimension Merlin is in, it's still actually the same collective Merlin.
So there's only one.
There's only one, yeah.
It's like the Highlander.
Yeah, and so and again, and I probably, like I said, I've talked about this before on previous podcasts, that's what makes Arthur, again, so much better than Artoria, is Arthur is now literally, like, kind of like Musashi, and is now just, like, world hopping. And it just goes to whatever, because I don't know what he's after, but that's why he's also kind of, I believe, if I remember right, he's participated in a couple of Holy Grail wars, or at least 2. That's why there's like one batch of characters, and then there's another batch of like characters. So that's why it's like you have Jekyll, who is an assassin, but then you also have Serenity, who's also an assassin. You have Coup Prototype, but then you also have Brunhilde. So yeah, he's been all over the place basically. And then Merlin is just kind of like the guide. Merlin is just kind of there to make sure he doesn't lose his mind and go crazy. And that's kind of like what her role is. So
seeing all these different things, or from the traveling.
From the traveling, basically, like, what am I doing here? What's my purpose here? And then she's just kind of like, oh yeah, you got to go look for the thing. And he's just like, okay, you know, like the voice in his head is Merlin, basically. Okay. And so when I got Arthur on my JP account and I actually activated it, I don't know if this was just the first time you do it, but he was just like basically like saying like activate protocol Excalibur, and she's just all like activation sequence commencing, and then she starts naming off all of the round table, like seriously, like going Gawain, Lancelot, Kay, Gareth, and I was like, what is really? And it seemed like a lot longer of a cutscene, and then he cranks it out. And then I was like, I don't think I've ever seen that after that one time. And I'm like, I didn't look it up to see what's going on YouTube or whatnot. But yeah, it was really weird. And I was hearing the names, and again, it was in Japanese in the JP version, so I didn't have the subtitles like we have in the USA version.
Right.
But he was saying all the names of the round table, and I was just like, what? And ever since then, whenever I try to use the Noble Phantasm for the animation, I don't hear it again. I don't hear the names of the round table being called out. So it really was weird. But that was Kawashima talking as the voice of Excalibur, or Merlin, if you really want to call that. So basically, the system voice was Merlin. So yeah, that was pretty random.
Speaking of the subtitles, they're not as distracting as I thought they would be.
No, and now you even have the option to turn them off. But yeah. I'm usually, by the time I do a Noble Phantasm, I'm not even paying attention anyway. So I'm usually like watching TV or doing something else or reading Messenger.
Right.
So I'm not even paying attention. It's like let the animation play. Like Sailor Moon transforming, just let the animation play out. Just do something else.
Yeah. Well, I'm usually like that at work because I gotta work.
Yeah.
So I'll have the Noble Phantasm going, but I'm like doing my job.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that's the Merlin talk.
Merlin.
So
best caster.
No. So in terms of the anime, he's in terms of the anime, he's so punchable. I agree with Foe. Die Merlin, die.
Well, after what he did to Quetz, yeah.
Yeah. And what's so funny was that when she goes, "Suicide," that's actually her voice line when she gets hit by an enemy Noble Phantasm.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's all the little Easter eggs. And you know, honestly, that's my excuse too when I fall behind and I'm like an episode or 2 episodes behind. I'm like, I already know what's happening. It's not even a big surprise. But it's like, if you watch it and you've played the game, or even if you've watched other Fates, you kind of get all the Easter eggs and all of that, and I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, yeah, I don't know why everyone lost their mind over Ereshkigal. They really made Ereshkigal, like, seem dorkier than how she was portrayed in the game. I don't know.
Oh, God.
It was... I don't know. It was just a little like, I have no friends, and they're like, okay.
Our union.
Yeah. Is the underworld really just Ereshkigal? Maybe I should have put that meme out for general consumption.
You should.
Oh, man. I don't think I have it anymore. I'd have to dig it out.
Yeah, it's never too late.
No.
Never too late to just throw it out there.
Just have rabid Eresh fanboys on my tail. Oh, man. Yeah, no, it's just like... I don't know. It was... I kind of, like, agree with your sentiment about, like, Ishtar really did more than Eresh.
Yeah.
Like, it was... At first, I didn't really pay attention or I didn't notice. But then after you said that, I'm just like, now I'm noticing. And I'm like, Ishtar really did do a lot more than Ereshkigal. And what's funny is they even kind of made that crack where he's just like, you gonna come join us? She's just like, no, I'm just gonna wait. And Ishtar's like, yeah, she's just gonna try to show off at the right moment and try to be Billy Badass. And I was like, okay, yep, Roman called it. Roman called it. And then, like Roman said, too, it's like, she puts all her effort into this one moment to make herself look cool, and then she botches it.
Yeah.
I was all like, damn, Roman called it.
Yep. I know what I'm talking about sometimes.
And then when, sometimes. Well, when it comes to Eresh bashing, yeah, you're A tier. You're pretty good at Eresh bashing. But when it comes to Amelia,
well, I mean, we'll see in season 2.
And you also like Artoria as well.
I like Artoria, but she's not my
best.
My best.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard. Like goddesses, it's definitely Quetz, but I don't know like my best servant, like out of everybody.
Oh God, goddess! When you put it like that, I don't know. Because I will admit, Europa is pretty good. I was expecting Europa to be pretty good.
That's from Lost Belt 5, right?
Yeah, that's Europa.
Yeah, I haven't seen her yet because they don't have. That's not out yet.
Right. It's just so fun when she just sets everything on fire, and then she's just kind of like looking out everything, like, oh, that's a nice little fire there. And voiced by Mao. So again, I'm a little biased.
Oh, Midori?
Yes. From Uzumade.
I might like her then.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just really like Quetch because I like how everybody's like always on eggshells around her. Like, because they don't want to fight her?
Somebody today, actually, today pointed out, why do they portray, like, Aresh being so weak when she's got a higher strength level than Quetzalcoatl and Lucoa? And then everyone immediately jumped in the comments like, yo, bro, Lucoa in Chaldea is not the same Lucoa as that's running around in Babylonia. Especially when you remember that the Sun Temple was powering Lucoa. That's why she's able to just throw the axe.
Yeah.
Just with no problem. So they were saying, yeah, she gimped herself, which is true. They have said that. They've mentioned that a couple of the, like, Artemis. Artemis nerfed herself in order to be summonable in Chaldea. So, yeah. I don't know what's the excuse for Orion. Like, true, what they call him Super Orion. With Super Orion, because, well, then again, so Super Orion is the first, no, second, right? They said that, was Hassan Grand Assassin?
He was a Grand Assassin.
Grand Assassin? Dude, he needs a buff. He needs a buff, because Orion is Grand Archer.
Yeah.
And Orion, with no Noble Phantasm, can do 1,000,000 damage. Every Buster Chain is a Noble Phantasm. So it's like, when they say Grand Archer, he literally is Grand Archer. And I think Kitashan was the first one that I saw, at least that acknowledged, in the last maybe 2 years, Gramps has kind of had a power creep. It used to be him and, like, Jack were at the top of the food chain. But it depended on what your situation called for. If you wanted someone to generate stars and then crit, and then everyone else crits too, you would call in Jack. Mm-hmm. If you want someone to just come in and just slaughter, just like a boss, like be a boss killer, you'd use Gramps. And you saw that with the Summer 2, with the Bull. You can solo that thing with Gramps. But now, as the years have progressed, buffs have come into play, other servants have come out, it's now like Gramps has kind of fallen off. And it's like you can just call someone else in or just use Jack, especially with Scotty's system. You can even use Jack as a boss killer.
Right.
But
so it's kind of like they forgot about him.
Yeah. And so now he needs a buff. Especially, like, again, when we start getting into these grands, and it's like, damn. Like, you call him Grand Archer, and Orion can do 3,000,000 on a Buster Chain. It's like, damn. And that's why I call him Wreck-It Ralph. I'm going to wreck it. So, well, in terms of that's why I say Goddess, man, that's a tough call. And it was funny, as I do like Artemis. I think Artemis is dumb and stupid, but I like it. Orion Artemis is OTP.
Yeah.
Funny enough, one of his dialogues is Orion tried hitting on Lucoa.
And really getting his neck broken.
Yeah, he almost broke my neck. What a man! That's a man of culture right there.
Yeah.
He ain't wrong. But yeah. Yeah.
I like that. How every time you do like a voice line from somebody who's interacted with Quetz before, it's always like, I don't want to fight her. Like
she's a muscle-bound gorilla.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't get me wrong. I love Luco. I absolutely love Luco. I'm so excited for this Christmas because it's like, and I was thinking to myself too. I know I made this vow that I was gonna grail Christmas Lucoa, but then I was also like, wait, I gotta grail Caster Shuten as well. So I was like, there's 4 grails I'm using right there. So, yeah, but yeah,
I gotta think about who I'm gonna grail next after I'm done with the Quetz, because I remember I asked you how many grails are there. And there's not that much.
No.
I got like 9 left. But then again, I did skip a year.
Yeah. There was one of the most recent events I think gave 2 grails.
Did they?
I think so. Maybe it was Christmas, maybe? Or maybe it was summer? I don't know. Or yeah, one of them gave actually 2 grails. And then for New Year's in Japan, they just gave a grail for a login bonus.
Oh, that's nice.
So it was like login 7 days, or maybe it was even like the 3rd day bonus was you get a grail. They were like, we're not even going to wait. Just log in 3 days, you get a grail.
There you go.
But yeah, and then, you don't get grails for reruns, so that's unfortunate, but... What's funny is that in the anime,
Yeah, back to the anime.
Gil actually said that, Aresh's divinity is kind of like midway. And what's funny is I was eager to get my hands on my own Aresh and my main account, my USA account. And I was like, okay, this is going to be fun. Now I'm going to be in control. I can make my own Aresh, with hookers and blackjack. And then I got Aresh, and I was using her to farm during the Christmas event, the Archer node. Mm-hmm. And I was like, she just noble phantasmed for 50k damage.
Yeah, it's pretty weak.
I was like, what is this? And then when Gil in the anime is like, yeah, her divinity is like, eh. And I've heard some people too, and Toho Sniper put out a video on like how to use best Ren face, and I was like, well, it's a good thing you called her best Ren face because she ain't the best goddess. And I was
the best Ren face.
No, no. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. If you want to talk about someone that needs a buff, I think Aresh needs one too. Like it's
yeah.
Yeah, I was shocked. I was like, I don't recall it doing this low damage in JP, and I used Aresh a lot. It was always my go-to because it was like I had my own Karna, and then I would use a support Aresh. Not a whole lot survived, and then I would just fill in the third slot with another Lancer of some sort. Yeah, and I just, I don't know. I got into my USA account and. I don't know, and I was like, was there an interlude? Was there a strengthening or something that JP got? I don't think so. I don't remember Aresh getting any upgrades. So she's just.
I'll look this up while you're
okay.
talking.
Yeah, I was caught off guard. I was like, what's wrong? So I learned what Blessing of Kerr does. That's cool, but. Yeah, I was always like, she never did, in all of my experiences, she always did really good damage. And what's funny is that even Toho Sniper says that once the Scotty system comes in, like, Pravarti really starts coming up. And he says that Pravarti basically takes over for characters like Lancer, Artoria, Milftoria, and Aresh. And I was like, huh. So that doesn't help Aresh's cause.
No. Definitely.
But, yeah, the only other thing that kind of saves Aresh is that she has that the party buffs.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know.
It's really not worth it to just use her.
Yeah, Roman's a little more brutal than I am. I don't want to quite give up on the girl just yet, but she is not making it easy.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I still use her every once in a while. Like if I know I'm going to be doing like the farming,
yeah,
I'll have her in there because she's good with the buffs and stuff. But other than that, I'm not like, if I'm in like an actual event or something, I'm not like, oh, let me get a Resh in here. Because she's going to just wipe everybody out. No. Doesn't look like she has one.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't see anything.
Jeez. Talk about someone that needs one, too. Aresh and Gramps, buff, please.
Yes.
So who got a buff? Both versions of Nero. Nero was already A rank. So they gave Nero 4-star a charge on her third skill, on her gut skill. No, yes, on the gut skill, and then they gave her NP up move. They gave that a battery as well, and I'm just like, oh my. I'm sorry. It wasn't on that one. It was on the her heal ability. Her heal ability, which I think is actually called Migraine. That one actually has a battery charge up to 30% bar.
Nice.
So, and then they buffed Nero Bride, and I was all like, wow. I couldn't believe it.
Like, let's get this powerful character and make her more powerful.
She's AoE Saber that does defense down. AoE defense down on the enemy. I was like... And then Nero Bride is single target and arts that has targetable attack up, targetable NP gain up, and targetable heal with defense up. yeah. And they buffed her. They buffed both of her before they buffed Uresh and Gramps. I'm like,
wow.
Who's your cash cow now? Oh man, this is great.
Well,
but I at least appreciate the anime keeping it consistent with the game. So when it does seem like Uresh is kind of gimpy, they actually acknowledge it in the anime. Like, oh yeah, that's intentional. I was like, okay, all right, as long as I'm not getting bamboozled. Like Uresh is great. Uresh is beautiful. Oh, she's just weak because it matches her actual divinity. Yeah.
She's mid-tier.
Literally.
That's basically what he said. She's a mid-tier goddess.
Yeah.
We could take her.
Yeah, it's. Did you ever read the Office Ladies comic with Carmilla, Maeve, Lucoa, and they were all working in the office?
I've seen 2 of those, but not like the whole comic, just like little pages.
Oh, okay.
Like I've seen 2 pages.
That one's pretty good.
One where I think Lucoa's on top of a shelf and she's like pushing something down.
Yeah.
And another one where I think they're cleaning.
Yeah.
And those are the 2 I've seen. It's an actual comic?
It's an actual comic. There's like 15 chapters, and it ends with Maeve retiring.
Oh.
And then they're like, oh, we're gonna miss you, Maeve. It's gonna be, basically it's the summer jail warden. Basically, that's where all that comes from. And then they were like, oh, we got a replacement. It's Skasaha. So then Maeve comes all the way back, like, hell no, you're not replacing me. So, yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's great.
You have to send me the link to that.
Yeah, I'll dig it out of Reddit. So yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is. They were like, yeah, we're the 3 most troublemaker office ladies in the office, so they banished us to the basement where we can't do any crazy shenanigans, and they still do shenanigans. But yeah.
Maeve.
Yeah, Maeve.
I really like Maeve.
Maeve is fantastic. I love Maeve. So everyone's just like, oh, she a thought. I was like, yeah, but everyone, deep down inside, everyone loves a thought.
She's best thought.
She is best thought. And it was like, if you hear anyone, they're in denial. They're probably the biggest thought lovers of them all. If a thought approached them with an offer, they would take it. They wouldn't think twice of it. Everyone loves a thought. So everyone loves panty and stocking. Everyone loves a thought.
More of a stocking.
No, you're terrible. But I'm not surprised. But yeah.
But yeah, I like Maeve. She's great.
Maeve is great. But Lucoa would put her in a pretzel suplex, but,
Yeah.
break her arm.
She talked about her in her interlude, too. Like, there's Maeve, but she's not that strong.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Again, that's another reference to Summer. So, yeah.
I didn't think about that either. I was like, oh, yeah, they work together at the prison.
Mm-hmm.
What was she, vice warden?
Yep.
And then she turned on her.
Of course, it's Lucoa always just does whatever's most fun. So,
well, it was a good thing she did too. So,
yeah,
she thought ahead.
I think that as a Lucoa fan, you're going to enjoy the Christmas event.
Oh, I know I'm going to.
Yeah, it's Santa, Samba, Lucoa, and Luchador Martha.
Luchador Martha?
Yeah, Luchador Martha. Martha gets in on it. She even puts on the mask and everything. It's yeah, it's gonna be wild.
Yeah, Martha's another one I really like. That's why I can't decide on a servant that's just my favorite. There's just so many.
Oh yeah, no, I absolutely. You end up with an entire harem. That's why when it comes to the gacha, I just roll the characters that I like. I don't even give a shit or a damn, whatever you want to call it, about gameplay. I just roll who I like.
Right.
And I don't care. It's like, oh, but they're like game breaking. They're fun. It's just like I said, right after this Setsuban event in the game. I guess now we're moving on to FGO the game.
Right. I guess so. We didn't really talk about the anime too much, but
we kind of made references.
Yeah, we'll continue to make references, I guess.
Yeah, we'll just interchangeably jump back and forth. So, likewise, when it comes to like a lot of people have been like, "Oh, Semiramis is really good." Semiramis, I don't care. She lost to Astolfo. Okay, all my respect for you is out the window. So, and Valentine's event is going to be right after Setsuban event. So everyone is, I've seen people put her on the, like, top 10 servants to roll for. Shut up.
I'm going to be rolling for her. But I'm, like, picking a day where there's also a servant that I want.
Like Lukoa?
Well, I already got her.
Go NP2 her.
No, I was going to go for John, remember? Because I have Alter and I have Santa Lily. So I need the original. I got to complete the trilogy.
Did you get Jalter?
I did. I MP2'd her.
Nice. So,
yeah, because remember I was telling you that I kind of felt bad because I got her off camera.
Oh, yeah.
It was like I got paid and I was like, oh, let me try a couple and see what happens. And then I got her in 2 rolls and I was like, oh, well, I should have been recording.
That's how it goes.
So I went back on and was like, you know what, we're just going to try to MP2 her on camera. And we did. I got her at MP2. So
nice.
Cool. So yeah, I got Jalter and I got Santa Lily. So I got to get original to complete the set.
I have NP3. Summer version.
Jan. Both.
Yeah, I was about to say. Well, you get Jerker for free. Jerker is the welfare.
Yeah.
And SeaWorld Janu, you're going to have to spend money for.
God, there's so many that I want from this summer event, though.
Oh, I'm taking all of them. I'm rolling for all of them. So, see, and again, so that's what's funny. So, they say roll Semiramis because, she's strong and all this. She has good skills and all that. Whatever. She's useless. But at the same time, this year's summer servants are probably the ones that are, in the overall grand scheme of things, probably not the most useful. And I'm talking when we've had 4 summer events, and when you stack them up against each other, there's only 2 that people still talk about. One is Summer BB because she can lock cards for 3 turns.
Right.
So that's the moon skill. That it literally locks the cards, and you can do like Buster Chain or Arts Chain, and you can do that for 3 turns. So, like, or hypothetically, let's say you have Jack, and it's 3 Jack quick cards. There you go. You get 150 stars. So, that's why a lot of people like Summer BB. The other one, and I can kind of attest to this, is SeaWorld John. SeaWorld John actually carried me in JP. Because I rolled her because I really wanted Mabe. I wanted Saber Summer Mabe. And instead I got SeaWorld John. And she was like one of like 2 5-stars that I had. Probably all the way up through Lost Belt 2. Because again, you had to beat Lost Belt 2 in order to get to Halloween. And I wanted to get to Halloween because I wanted Shootin'.
Oh yeah, that's the Shootin' one. Right?
Shootin' Caster is the Halloween
no
welfare.
Elizabeth.
No more Liz.
Thank God.
They make a joke about that. But anyways, yeah, so I really wanted Caster Shootin' because I'm a Shootin' Awa Yuki fanboy. You all know this.
Yes.
So I relied on Summer Janu, and a lot of people are in the same like top 10 character. Janu is always in there. You like number 7 or number 5 or number 4, and that's because she's arts archer with it's not turn-based invincibility, it's use-based. So she has 2 use invincibility, which means she can absorb 2 attacks.
Oh, so as long as they don't attack her, it stays.
Correct. And it is tied to her arts up. No, it's not. No, it's not. Where is it? Damn, I don't even remember anymore. But yeah. So yeah, yes, it is. It is. So she gets arts up and she gets invincibility for 2 attacks. So, and then she also has party-wide attack up. She has charisma.
Oh, nice.
So that's kind of why. And because she's arts-based, and she has 3 arts cards and an arts noble phantasm, what they're saying is that especially at MP2, you can chain. They were like, you can theoretically do like 3 noble phantasms in a row. So, especially if you have like someone to charge her bar up, like Scotty, for instance, you can you can do that. Or again, with the BB, lock her cards. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so it's possible, and it is possible. But outside of those 2, it's like, who talks about Assassin Ushiwaka? Nobody talks about Saber Mabe. No one talks about Lancer Ibaraki. And Mysterious Heroine, Double X, even though she's the most fan servicey one, that's the one everyone lewds and everyone's like, tee bikini. She's actually the weakest foreigner.
Is she?
Yeah. In terms of Hokusai, Abby, and even How, and they really don't like How, but they still rank How higher than they rank Heroine XX.
They got 3 summoning campaigns
for
this summer.
Yes, because there's a dudes version that's gonna have Castor Gil, Dantes, and Robin Hood.
I do want to get Dantes.
Yeah, because they get costumes. They all get summer costumes.
Okay.
So Castor Gil's tablet becomes an iPad.
That's nice.
So that's what it is. So and if you look at like this year's summer 4, like Bunny Artoria is legitimately good. Like she's like S tier, like God rank, because she has amazing abilities and she has ruler advantage. So and she has really like high attack and all that. So Bunny Artoria is just kind of like blew it all up. And then Summer Sushi. I mean, I love Summer Sushi. In JP. I fed Summer Sushi all my faux cards. I tend her.
Is that Ushi?
No, Summer Sushi, Summer Musashi.
Ah, Musashi.
Yeah.
Oh wait, this.
Yeah, for Summer 4, Summer 4.
Year. Right. Okay.
In JP.
Okay.
Bunny Ruler. So and then they actually put Musashi Berserker at C rank because of her demerit of 5,000 HP.
5,000 HP.
Yeah, she loses 5,000 HP on her third skill.
Well, I guess as long as you have some.
She gets a stack of buffs, including re-raise, including guts, and she does party-wide attack down.
Okay,
so
that makes up for it, I think.
And she has like 1 turn or 2 turn evade as well, or attack, I should say. So it doesn't wear off after one move or one round. It wears off after like an attack. So she actually has to get attacked for it to go away. It doesn't go away on its own.
Okay.
So she has evade, she has a re-raise, and a heal, I believe, too. So,
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not that she's useless. You just need to like be careful on how you use her. But other than that, she almost has virtually the same attack strength as like Saber Musashi. So she hits like a truck, plus Berserker advantage. So I've been using her like nonstop.
Right.
Who else is there? Assassin Okita, 4-star Okita.
Yeah. Finally got her swimsuit.
Yeah. Oh, and then Carmilla, the super spy.
She's a spy?
Yeah, she's a super spy. She's a fashionista spy with her attack dogs.
Nice.
So, who else? And then Hokusai was the welfare.
Oh, they just gave you Hokusai?
Yeah, Saber Hokusai was the welfare. I'm missing one. I can't recall that. That's Merlin gets a costume. And then Siegfried, I believe, also got a costume. But, oh, and then, Billy? Billy the Kid got a costume, I think? What are the kids? No, Fuma. Kotaro Fuma got a costume.
Oh, Fuma.
Yeah, Fuma got a costume. But yeah, so, the bottom line, and then in this year, in Summer 2, like, all of the servants have their uses. Like, the only two, they like to shaft Helena, Nobu, and Nito, but that doesn't stop them from being any less popular, you know?
Right.
They're still really popular. Lancer Raiko is basically a 5-star. I still use Lancer Raiko all the time. Castor Umu, A tier.
Osakabe Hime.
Oh yeah, Fort Neat. How could I forget? What's funny is that Sushi and Neat are on the same banner too. Of course. So, but Kita-shan also pointed this out too. He was all like, keep an eye out for references in old events that sometimes influence future events. So, Osakabe Hime actually plays a part in Summer 3's storyline. That's probably why she came out and became a summer servant of her own on year 4. Okay. Because she was already heavily involved. So, same thing like CEO. CEO, you saw her in Halloween 2. And then they turned around and made CEO its own event. So,
Best CEO.
Best CEO? I'm not going to dispute you on that.
I think there's only one CEO anyway, so.
There's only one Amazoness.
Yes.
So, yeah. So, Yeah, because so Okita and Bunny were the second banner, and then Neat, Sushi, and Carmilla were the first banner. I think that's how it worked. So it was 5.
God. It's not going to be good for me that year.
Yeah, no, I'm rolling for all of them too. Like I said, I'm rolling for everybody this year, but and what's funny is that I love Tengu Ushi, like Assassin 4-star Ushi.
Right.
But no one uses her. No one talks about her. No one uses her. And she's so funny because she literally becomes like Tengu, and she's flying all over the place, and she's like, ho, ho, ho. And she has a feather fan as well. It's fantastic, but again, yeah,
just not very good as a servant.
There's just other, in terms of gameplay, there's other assassins that actually do practical stuff. I don't even know honestly what her skills really do. I think it's like just quick up and all stuff like that. So there's just better assassin options that are less gimmicky and more consistent. But it's fun. And like I said, that's all that matters to me, man. I don't really care. Because, again, it's a numbers game, and it's Pokemon. As long as you have class advantage, you're going to win.
Right.
That's all that matters. You know, when you watch these the character videos and the character breakdowns, and they're like, oh, well, they have low attack. And it's like, it really doesn't matter. It might take you a couple extra rounds, but you're still not going to lose. If you have class advantage, you're still not going to lose.
Yeah.
So, it's not saying, just go in with a 3-star and fight like, boss even the terrible and expect to win, unless you're Hanako Green. But Hanako Green levels up his skills. So even if it's a 3-star or a 2-star, he levels up their skill. That's why he's able to hold out and do these crazy videos, these crazy low-tier videos.
Right.
So if you're going to do that, level your skills. But yeah.
I'm having a hard enough time leveling my characters.
Yeah, you like my video?
Yeah, I did see that. First thing I thought was, this is going to get a strike.
No.
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 It's not on YouTube, so it's good.
No, it's on my personal Facebook.
Yeah, it's fine.
But
no strike for you.
No.
Which, by the way, I got a strike.
For what?
My teen romantic comedy Snafu. And it's not even like the episode is on that video. Yeah. It's just me talking about the last episode, and then saying, "All right, we're going to start in 1, 3, 2," and that's it. But they gave it a strike. 2 episodes.
A bunch of jerks.
Yeah.
You're just giving them free publicity and they strike you. What a bunch of jerks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Well, they haven't struck your FGO videos, and that's all that matters. For now.
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah. Watch someone listening who works at Aniplex, and they're a huge Aresh fanboy, and they're like, well... Do you talk smack about Aresh when you're doing your reaction videos?
Kinda. Like, I'm not as big into it as I am, like, here, but I do mention, like make little comments here and there about her.
Brutal.
Nobody's complained, so, whatever. Maybe they agree with me. I don't know. Or maybe they're just like everybody else and they just don't comment at all.
Now they're too busy worshiping Aresh.
Yeah.
I'll be your own best friend, Aresh. Oh, man. But yeah. So yeah, and yeah, going back to the third year summer servants. Yeah, like I said, they're fun. Lancer Ibaraki literally punches you so hard you become fireworks.
Really?
Yeah. And she's just kind of there, just like eating cotton candy. She's just like, oh. So what some people have done is they've like photoshopped that reaction. So it's like her with this like pale, dumbfounded expression, and she's seeing her like 0 quartz in inventory. So, like I said, it's all dumb fun, but in terms of practicality, outside of BB in specific situations and Summer Janu. SeaWorld Janu? Yeah. To be fair, that was the other one too. It was both Janu. It was Jerker and Janu that actually carried me all the way through Lost Belt 2. I bond tend Jerker because I just had her all the time. She actually has really good abilities and all of that. Okay. She has like the Buster buff that she has in her Avenger form, but then she has a 2 attack, or no, I'm sorry, every round for like 3 rounds, evade.
So it just stays for 3 rounds.
Yeah, so she activates it at the end of the turn, and then she does it for like 3 rounds, I believe. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so every time it's basically her hand glows with the power. Yeah. So but it activates at the end of every turn. But yeah.
All right.
So, like I said, she's really good. Jerker is good. And Summer Janu is good.
Now that you mention it, I never hear anybody talk about the others.
Yeah,
Mabe,
right?
Or Ushi or
Mabe. Yeah, and what's funny is Mabe, particularly Saber Mabe, actually has a 5 defense down Noble Phantasm. So every attack she does is like a chance to do defense down. And if all 5 stack, that's like 100% defense down, I believe.
Wow. Okay.
And, the odds of that happening are pretty slim, but you can usually get like 2 or 3 off pretty consistently. So, like I said, in my JP account, especially during the summer or Santa Nurse for farming, the ones that were dropping the currency to roll the roulette were Lancers, because, of course.
Yeah.
So I was taking in Summer Mabe, Arthur, and Hokusai. So 2 Art Sabers and Arthur. And, yeah, she was just defense downing left and right. Yeah. Yeah. So,
I know she's one of the servants I want from this summer.
Summer Mabe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Summer Mabe is great. So the event is dealing with like Comiket in Hawaii, and to basically get out, you have to make the most popular manga of Comiket.
Right.
And Mabe doesn't even make a manga; she just is selling a photo book of herself.
That'll win. Yeah.
One of the fights is basically her and Ku against you or whatever your party, and basically a volleyball death match.
Nice.
So, and then all of the year 2 servants all come by, and they're all pretty much like side stories. So, like, Maid Artoria is there. Skasaha comes in. Skasaha is just like, well, this is America, right? Like, this is Hawaii and all that. I want to go to the gun range. I want to study the weapons of, like, America, like American weaponry and all of that. And I guess it also kind of ties into when she was in the America chapter. But yeah, so we go to the gun range with Skasaha.
Nice.
Yeah. So, specifically Summer Skasaha, but yeah.
Assassin.
Yeah, Assassin. Ass, scat. Caster Umu drops by, so yeah. So they all kind of pop in, and you do kind of like side stories with them too.
Cool.
And then you get Ruler Blackbeard, who is like there. He's like the dude. He's just there to make sure everything is kosher, no drama, man. And even does finger guns.
No card for him though, huh?
No official. But for this event, yes, he's a ruler class. Because, he's the biggest weeb of them all, so he would know what the rules of Comiket are.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Is he still a lolicon?
No, that's all, like, he's chill, man. He's super chill. Because he doesn't want no drama, no disrespect, no nothing. So
he's all business.
All business.
Nice.
Yeah. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
So, and that's the other thing, too, is that I really, really like the story. So, it's just, like I said, it's unfortunate because it seems like in the summers, it seems like Summer 3 is the one that kind of got pushed. Like, I think Summer 3 is only better than, like, Summer 1. Because it seems like Summer 2, Summer 4, Summer 3, Summer 1 seems to be the order of people's, like, popularity or how they like it. So
Summer 1 was the island.
Island, yeah.
Okay.
So Mad Max.
I still need to get Martha.
I used to think that they were coming back as part of the anniversary banner, but it turns out it's only the first banner. So it's only Surf Mo, Tamamo, Anna Marie. Not the other ones. So not Butt Toria or Ruler Martha or Caster Marie Antoinette. Unless I'm reading it wrong. Because that was the whole gimmick. It was supposed to be, they're going to be in celebration of 3 years, have the year 1 summer servants. It's like, well, that's kind of a cop-out, but anyways. And then it's going to be the Summer 2 rerun, so that's your chance for the Summer 2. And then the brand new Summer 3, which will be the brand new Summer 3 guys.
Who am I missing from Summer 2?
You got Nito?
I did get Nito.
You got Nero?
It took forever to get Nito, but I got her. I did get Nero.
Did you get?
I didn't get
Nobu.
I didn't get Nobu.
So there's one.
I think from that one, all I got was Nitocris, Nero, and oh god, what's her name?
Nobu?
No, not Nobu.
Helena? Raiko?
Raiko.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, so that was the second banner.
Yeah.
And then Maid Toria.
Yeah, I didn't get her either.
Really?
I didn't get a lot of them from that banner. I just got those 3, I think.
I wanted NP2 Helena. I ended up with NP3 Maid Alter and NP5 Raiko. I stopped. I was like, I did get one Helena, but that's why I was saying, I was like, I just want one more. I just want one more Helena, and then I'll quit.
Usually I just get one, and then I'm like, I'm good. But in like the summer banners, it's hard because you want to get the other ones because a lot of them, I like the outfit, I like the way they are in the story, so I want to get them.
Yeah,
and Nitocris is one of my Egyptian waifu. So yeah, I was like, I want Nitocris, and then I just kept. It took forever. I spent a lot of money that day just to get Nitocris, and she wouldn't show up.
On my crusade to get NP5 Castor Umu, I got NP8 Nitocris. Assassin. Ass Nito.
So you're the reason I couldn't get her.
Correct.
Okay. I know who to blame.
Yeah, I will take all. That was me at either my greatest or my lowest. You can make your own call on that. And then, like I said, and then we went to Vegas because it was Evo, and then right after that we come back, and I was like, that night we came back was that Monday night we came back. That was the night that the second banner turned on, and that's when like I said, I tried to go for the rest.
Yeah.
And I was all like, I just wanted NP2 Maid Alter, NP2 Raiko, and I was like, and NP2 Helena, yeah. And I was like, that's my goal. I'll be set. NP3 Maid Alter, NP5 Raiko, and NP1 Helena. Okay.
Wow.
This is my life now.
Yeah.
So, I guess I'm gonna close out FGO talk, unless you have anything else you want to
add. I'm looking forward to the Winter Festival.
Okay, so what, next month? Yeah, I think next month.
That's all the Egyptian ones, right?
Yeah. I think that one falls in between Valentine's and Kara no Kyokai.
Yeah, because I think it ends on the 15th or something.
Yeah, okay.
Something like that.
Yeah. Because I think the Valentine's is right after Setsuban event.
Yes, like right after, like it's the 29th.
Yeah, Setsuban only runs for a week.
Yeah, that's like the shortest one I've seen.
Yeah, because I believe there's no unlocking period. It's not like, oh, this gets unlocked on like Wednesday. It's like, no, it's open. All of it is open from the get-go.
So you just do it in one day.
You can just go. They said that, I believe I was watching Toho Sniper's video, and he said that even speed running it, the minimum time is 12 hours.
So half a day.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, because you do unlock the hot springs, and the hot springs cuts down the recovery time to 2 hours, but still, it's 2 hours, and you can only fit 5 characters in there. So there will be other characters that are getting fatigued.
Yeah.
That are still on like a 4-hour cooldown, so you're just going to have to
tough it out.
Yeah. Again, that was my whole purpose on why I maxed out everybody. And I made that copywritten video that Roman wants to copyright strike me for on Facebook. Is because I just was like, hey. And I hate to be the jerk that rubs into Roman's face, but I still have like 28 maybe, 1,000 manuscripts, fake manuscripts to roll. I'm now burning embers. I don't have room for it. My second archive is full. My inventory is full. I've even gotten messages that the present box, when you roll the roulette, they all get sent to the present box. It won't, when you get to 290 out of 300, it actually won't let you roll more. Because it keeps saying that, hey, if you keep rolling, old stuff will be deleted until you hit like close, and then you try to roll again. Hey, if you keep rolling old stuff, and I'm like, wow. So
okay.
I'm literally burning. I have like 22,000 mana prisms.
I was proud to have 3,000. So that's the most I've ever had. And this was also the first time I cleared a store, so I was happy. I'm not really good at the whole farming the roulette thing.
Yeah.
I get bored of it really quick.
So I'm going to talk about this because we're going to talk about PAX because that was kind of the key to my success. I was literally walking the con floor while playing the event.
Right.
So when I was taking pictures, I actually was all like, oh, and I had to minimize the game and actually took a picture. I'm going to upload the photos onto Instagram as well, onto the Anime Mystics Instagram. But when I actually went and found that Mysterious Heroine X Alter, the Berserker,
right.
I actually showed her because I was playing the game and I was all like, oh yeah, look, I'm actually playing the game right now. And she's like, ah! And then I took her photo. I closed the game and took her photo. But it's just the power of whaling, you know? Yeah. That's all it is. It's a whales game. And honestly, if you would have seen the setup, I was using 2K scopes, 2 kaleidoscopes. So, and then the rest were all the currency drop. So,
well, I know a lot of it. Like, I know you posted videos of like how to, like, 3-turn
right.
the right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I look at them and I'm like, I don't have that servant, and nobody's got them up, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do, except play to like 9 turns each time.
That was me during Christmas, because all the saber. So the one during Christmas, Ereshkigal's Underworld one, that saber altar had 400k hit points, which meant that unless you had RNG with crits, you weren't gonna 3-turn it.
Yeah,
there was no way, and everyone was kind of butthurt. Everyone was pissed. They were all like looking at Toho Sniper playing it, and they were like, he's RNGing with Mozart to generate stars. So I was like, screw it. And then, yeah, most of mine were like 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 turns. Because you just had to just beat it straight up.
Yeah.
And it sucked. But I still think I got like, 50,000 of those currencies, the Underworld Sands or whatever, but I was not happy.
Yeah.
I was miserable. That sucked. That was ass. Compared to this, I was walking, talking. We left the con. We went to dinner, and I had the phone here, and I'm eating, and I'm just hitting buttons, and I'm talking, I'm eating, and I'm like, don't mind this. I'm still paying attention to the conversation.
Yeah.
And I'm just hitting buttons. That's the other reason, too, is that I turned on the K-scopes because I didn't want to think too hard, because I could still do the event in 5 turns for more drops.
Right.
But then I was all like, but then I got to focus. I got to see what's going on. And I'm like... But I was really happy because the strategy actually used CEO. So Pent was actually part of the strategy because she has Party Buster up.
Right.
And the strategy was basically making Nero Noble Phantasm multiple times. So when Nero's battery is at level 10, which mine is, of course, because best girl, she gets 50% bar.
Okay.
So Waver gives another 50%. So... when she comes in and she Noble Phantasms, and then she uses her skill, then Waver gives her another 50%, and then there you go. And then she can Noble Phantasm again. Okay. So that's pretty much what the strategy was.
All right.
And then you used Pent, though, because Pent one-shots John or Jalter, depending on who shows up. But it doesn't matter because they're both weak towards Berserker. That's basically what the strategy was.
Okay.
So, Umu nukes everybody, and then Pent cleans it up.
Nice.
So, it was a good opportunity to use basically both of them, and I was like, hey, this is my kind of a strategy. I love both of these. So, except when Pent is punching Achilles' face, but that's just mean. Why are you laughing? Don't laugh. Poor boy.
It's funny.
Wow. Roman is down with Achilles' abuse.
Yeah, a little bit. But I'm going to be rolling for him. When is that, March?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll be rolling.
What's funny is that Simi Ramis actually has a write-up during Apocrypha event, too.
Yeah, because she was in that.
Mm-hmm. So I was like, wow, like about a month later, she gets another write-up. I was like, wow. I think I am going to roll for Shiki, though, because I was looking at Shiki. Shiki doesn't come back.
No?
After the Kado no Kyokai rerun, she does not come back. And I know that I still need to finish the anime, but I don't know. I kind of like Shiki's design, and it's Maya Sakamoto, so it's kind of like, I think I'll do it. Because at first I was like, especially with Arthur, I was like, I really don't need another AoE saber. If I'm going for Arthur, I really don't. But I like the design. I like Maya Sakamoto. I did like the 3 OVAs, the first 3.
Yeah.
And so I was like, why not? All right.
I use her all the time. Like
yeah, I use her. I use her. I've been people haven't been turning her on lately, but when I see her up and I need it, yeah.
You're talking Saber, right?
Saber Shiki, yeah.
I always have her in there.
Yeah.
I'm not good at switching. So whoever you see in my support is whoever's going to be in there probably for a long time.
Sure. Yeah.
Because I don't have Merlin. I don't have Waver either form. So it's like my caster is always going to be Nitocris. Which actually...
that's good.
Yeah, she usually gets the most use.
Yeah, because she can also be used for farming.
Yeah.
Basically. So
yeah, I use her a lot too for that.
Yeah.
Her and Shiki I usually have together. Because, I can use Shiki to take out one group.
Right.
Nitocris to do the other one, and then I can just use her skill to get her back up to 100 and do it again.
Right.
So it's easy.
Yeah, Nito actually is S rank because of that. Because of how good she is at farming.
Yeah.
And then it extends beyond, like, doors and all of that. She can even be used in, like, event quests, too, for that exact purpose, for farming.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah.
I'll be trying to NP5 her this winter festival. Because I already got her at NP2, I just need 3 more. Then I want to get Cleopatra and Osmandius.
Just gonna take them all, huh?
I want them all, yeah.
All right.
I don't know, the Pharaohs are some of my favorites.
Can't wait for Camelot.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah. I'm hyped for Camelot.
Yeah.
But yeah. What else do we got? Kara no Kyokai, you got Apocrypha, White Day. There should be another milestone campaign coming up, and that'll be Kiara. So I'm actually going to try to NP2 my Kiara, because she's another one of those.
Not coming back after this.
Oh no, she's coming back, and she'll definitely be back in next year. So for us, it'll be 2021. She'll be part of the Kama event,
okay.
that the mystery whatever thing. She's part of that.
Okay.
That's the one where they're like, oh, she actually sacrifices herself, so she makes a noble sacrifice. She kind of gets a face turn. That's kind of the one where it's dealing with like lust and desire and all that, because Kama Sutra.
Yeah.
So that's why the servants are Kama, Scheherazade, and Kiara.
Nice.
What's the theme?
Purity.
Yeah, innocence. But yeah, Kiara. I think Kiara gets another rate up too, and then of course the CCC rerun, obviously. So Kiara will be back a couple of times.
Okay, so there's plenty of chances for her.
Yeah. And I think she's one of there's going to be just a generic ass CCC rate up anyways, which will be like Passion and Kiara and I think Suzuka. Yeah. So there's a couple of chances, but Kiara is another one of the wave clearers too.
Oh,
yeah. So that's why, but it's also it's Kiara, and I love Kiara, so I better NP2 her.
I use her sometimes when I see her in support.
She's always on my support.
I've noticed that.
Man of culture, I am. Yeah. So I think, and those are so I guess those are my targets: is Shiki, NP2, Kiara, Arthur, and then go from there. And I'm thinking about April, that'll be Okita Alter.
Yeah, I think everybody's looking forward to her.
Yeah. But they shaft her so bad. They rank her really low.
Do they?
Yeah, they actually rank Kiara higher than Okita Alter. They rank all the alter egos low anyways, because they're always like, well, just the advantage that they have isn't even worth it because of the fact that they take normal damage. normally when you have advantage, the point is that you deal more damage but receive less damage.
Yeah.
But the alter egos only deal more damage but receive normal damage, so they really don't have any longevity. They don't last very long. So that's their trade-off.
Okay.
So, but it's still they're pretty fun and they're pretty versatile. And I mean, even like Passion has like super defense. It all goes into her boobs, so she can actually hang around a lot, very long. So yeah.
Actually, when the CCC event was on, and I couldn't play it because I didn't have, I forget where you had to beat the whole thing, right? Up to Solomon in order to play that.
Up to Solomon?
Like you had to beat it.
Maybe.
Because I remember I couldn't play it.
Probably, yeah.
But
makes sense.
During the banner, I was actually rolling for Passion, and I ended up getting Melty. So
I got MP2 Melty, and I really wanted Passion, but I was like, all right, I'll take it.
And I was watching a video for someone else doing rolls. He was going for Melty, and he got like an NP3 Passion. And he was like, I'm done.
Ouch. Ouch.
Actually, no. I think he got an MP5.
I got an MP5 Raftalia. Yeet!
I am one away from that.
What's up?
One away from that.
She'll come. Don't worry. I'm sorry. That was so dumb, but I loved it all at the same time in the New Year's event. Yeet! Damn it, Albert! Just like that thing you tied me with Owo Sakabe Hime.
Oh.
I sent that to the FGO homies, and I was like, you know what? I just noticed Owo Sakabe Hime. Owo. I was like, oh my. Oh, she's so adorable. Oh, she's so adorable. She's so cute. Oh, I really want Fortnite. But damn, when she plays Himiko Toga, I get triggered.
Oh.
It's the same voice, and I'm all like, oh. Man. And, oh man. And I was kind of briefly looking into Toga's kind of profile on like the Boku Hero wiki, and she's like getting into all these positions of power and is actually becoming a prominent character, and I'm like, oh, why? I just don't like this character. Oh, I don't like this character, but she seems really, really capable. But I really don't like this character. Oh. She talks like this, Deku-kun. Oh. You unironically like Toga?
I have a poster, so
oh,
it's
really?
just not up on the wall.
Oh, okay. I did not know that you were a Toga fan.
It's a double-sided poster.
Oh man. Like I said, dude, love neat Hime, can't stand Toga.
It's weird. But yeah, I get it.
Man. Alright. But anywho, yeah, so
is that all we got for FGO?
I think so. Like I said, both servers are doing the same type of event. USA is doing Setsuban, which is the tower event. You can only use your servants for an X amount of time, and JP is doing Crisis at Amazonas.com, which is literally the same thing. So, which again leads to the conspiracy theory that JP is just modeling new events off what's currently going on in USA. And they're not that wrong, so they just might tweak it a little bit. So
yeah.
You should check out the new animation though for CEO, because when she puts the costume on, she actually changes her voice line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like some sales pitch almost.
Yeah, pretty much.
Of the company, I think.
Yeah. She actually, when she receives a noble phantasm, she actually is all like, you know, Mr. Customer, please calm down. Yeah. Yeah.
Please calm down.
Yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, I mean, other than that, it's just going to be a string of events until, what do we say, April? April is going to be Anastasia?
Yeah,
Or
that's when
March?
Lost Belt... No, it's April.
It's April.
I remember it.
Is
It's April.
Okay.
It's when Lost Belt 1 kicks off in the U.S.
Okay. Yeah, I guess so.
And then it's, she's on the banner, and then, Ivan?
He's banner 2.
Yeah, but he gets a
him
banner too.
and Solari. So banner 1 is Anastasia and Berserker Nyan Talante.
Okay.
Because Apocrypha at the time was the second half of the Apocrypha anime started, so that's kind of why they put in. It was so weird that they threw all these Apocrypha servants in there just for no reason, like a BC Born, Adelante, Berserker, and it was like, what's the connection? Okay, and I was like, they didn't put them in the Apocrypha event, so I don't know. But also in the Apocrypha event, Mordred, Siegfried, and Adelante Archer all get animation updates. So, because remember the theory was, or at least the idea was, when they made the game, they didn't know how these characters like looked or what their powers were, how they acted, because there was no anime to go off of.
Right.
Then the anime came out, and they were like, okay, make them look like that, and so now they looked more like how they looked in the anime. So
okay.
But Mordred gets really cool, though. So, yeah.
Is that because she's dead?
No, it's because she's so badass.
Nah, that's the reason.
She's deadly.
Deadly.
All right. let me talk about PAX real quick, and we'll get you out of here.
PAX.
I had fun. I've heard about the PAX conventions from like the West Coast and the East Coast, and I know it was based off the Penny Arcade comics.
Right.
I knew that it was a huge like vendor show for video game companies and whatnot. Now, the one in San Antonio, this was in Texas, it didn't have like any of the big major ones. So like there was not like Square, Capcom, none of those guys were there. EA, none of those guys were there. But there was a lot of indie game companies. Mm-hmm. There were like Intercreates was there. I was shocked at that. And they were advertising the new game, or it was the new like Azure Striker Gunvolt, and I was like, "There's another one? What?" So they like the new one, the new Azure Striker was there, and I was like, "Okay, this is dope." I played Streets of Rage 4. That was cool. I definitely want to get that.
So there's a fourth one coming out?
There's a fourth one coming out, and I've never played any of the Streets of Rage because I never owned Sega.
Right.
But I did play 4, and I did actually enjoy my experience with that. So that was dope.
Nice.
There was and it wasn't just video games. There was tabletop, there was card games, there was board games, there was like Japan games that make like was it the Maid game, the Maid card game?
Oh.
The Maid Magic the Gathering game?
Was it Magic the Gathering?
Tantokure.
Yeah, okay.
Tantokure, that was what it's called.
Deck builder.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Tantokure, those guys were there.
I remember they did an episode of that for Tabletop.
Oh, for reals?
With Will Wheaton. It was like a convention. They did like a 4-hour panel where they were just playing all kinds of different games, and that was Felicia Day's game. That's the one she chose.
Wow.
She says she loves that game.
Fantastic. So, yeah, my brother has it, and it looks alright. It looks pretty weeb. I might be down into it. Yeah, and then they were selling like gamer chairs, gamer accessories. Kimi Haku, who we had on the podcast a couple of weeks ago, she was there selling gamer glasses that reduce like blue light and all
really?
that. So yeah, it makes you game longer without getting headaches.
Nice.
And they can even be made into prescriptions. So maybe one day we'll get her on and she could
break it down.
Yeah, she can advertise. She can shill her glasses.
Yeah.
They sold merchandise. So there was like game tables, like Las Vegas, like wooden, like game, like with the felt look like poker tables, or yeah, blackjack tables. They actually had like those. They had cabinets. There was guys selling art. There was some guys selling merch. There was guys selling shirts. Yeah, there was a little bit of everything. It was definitely a con experience. And there was some cosplay. I took pictures of all the cosplays I could. And it wasn't just all like video games. There was anime too. There was a lot of anime.
Okay. Well, since anime is like kind of tied in with video games now, with all the anime related video games coming out, Attack on Titan, One Piece, Bleach, even still.
Right.
I wouldn't doubt that there'd be a lot of anime cosplay.
Yeah. There was a little bit of everything. There was Star Wars, comic books. There was like this girl. She was standing in line. She did the Black Cat from the PS4 Spider-Man game.
Oh, okay.
So she did that version, and I had never seen that version of Black Cat until AGDQ 2 weeks ago, because they actually played Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And they did that, I guess, because she was in the DLC. the heist DLC for Spider-Man,
Okay.
and that's when they showed her, at least from what I saw. And so she did that version, and so yeah, there was a little bit of everything. My two biggest takeaways, and I was talking to Roman off air, so I'm giving him the cards again. Was this one, Forsaken Castle? It's done by Duck Block Games.
Yeah.
That one was really, really dope because that one is literally Super Metroid, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. And it's like, if you're going to rip off any games, you might as well make it two of the best ones of all time.
Yeah.
And I was really having fun. And it was so funny because, I don't know, I kind of wanted to show... my ego got way ahead of me because I saw dudes playing it, and there was a guy that we both kind of approached the controller at the same time, but then he was just like, oh, and I was like, no, it's so cool, man. You go ahead. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to watch this guy play and kind of see what's going on. And he was playing, he played for a minute, I was just kind of like, okay, I kind of see what's going on. And then he just kind of gave up. He's just kind of like, okay, I'm done. And he put the controller down, he's like, it's all yours, or, you know, he motioned to me to take over. And I'm like, okay. And so then the booth guy came over. He's like, "Here, let me just reset it for you." And I was like, "Cool." So he reset it, and then I grabbed the controller and I just kind of played around with it for a couple seconds. I was like, "Oh, it's one of these kinds of games." Alrighty then. And so then I just kind of took it up and I just dove right in, and I just, you know, I can hear people talking behind me, and I'm, like I said, I'm running, I'm jumping, I'm slashing, because she uses a whip, the main character.
Yeah.
And so I'm doing everything, and I'm like, okay, cool. It's a platformer. I know this. I know the attack lag now. You get sub-weapons, just like Castlevania. So there's like an axe type. There's a holy water type. And I'm like, okay, I'm getting it. And then I start to hear the people chatter behind me. I'm like, they're watching me, aren't me? I'm like, I'm not screwing up. I'm not dying. I'm not dead yet. I'm like, they're really watching me. I'm like, I find out how to dash cancel, because you can dash and then cancel with the jump. So it really is a movement function.
Like a Mega Man.
Right. Just like Mega Man. Again, once you know those old school techniques, it just carries over. So then they introduced the run buttons. Now I'm running, I'm moving. And then I start seeing people coming in front of me and grabbing a card. And now I'm all like, all right, so people are getting interested. I sure hope it's because of me. So, and then, yeah, and so then I'm doing my business. I go through, I get to the boss, beat the boss, and then it's like, you know, thank you for playing the demo. And I was like, okay, this is dope as hell. I was convinced. And in general, I don't like indie games. I think 95% of indie games are trash.
I think you've actually mentioned that before on the podcast.
Yeah, I just don't get appealed. I mean, like I said, you want to talk about shills? I'm probably a giant shill, you know? It's like, what do I like? Dynasty Warriors, Devil May Cry, Contra, you know, the big names. Those AAA guys, even though there have been crappy versions of those games, don't get me wrong.
Right.
But for the most part, I'm all like, I just stick to those. You know, it's like, okay, well, it's made by so-and-so. Tell me more. You know, it's like, I don't know, man. It's made by Platinum Games. Sign me up, fam. You know? So I'm just like that. I'm loyal to my brands. But
yeah.
this one was really, really interesting. I really liked it. I liked the designs. I like the characters. I like the gameplay. I was really impressed. So I'm going to be looking forward to this one.
It's very anime-esque.
Yes, absolutely.
There's a website here. I'll put that in the description.
Okay.
If you want to check it out.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, and I recommend it. I definitely recommend checking it out. The other one that I played that caught my eye was from these guys, the Easebird. I think it's Easebird. And it's also Sukeban Games. So I played Nirvana, which is the sequel to Valhalla. And so I was kind of telling Roman offline too. So they were advertising two games at their booth. They had one which was the visual novel Bartender game, and then they had another one which was kind of like a horror game. And it was black and white, but it looked like they were trying to go for that Uzumaki style. And I played Nirvana, which is the sequel to Valhalla, which is the Bartender game. Essentially, you progress the story by making drinks. So someone comes in and they're all like, oh, give me something hard. I made him a Long Island iced tea. Apparently that wasn't hard enough for him. And I'm like, well, I didn't have the option to make an AMF. So I was like, you know, but she still indulged me with her story and all of that. And so that's kind of like how you progress. So I and then on top of that too, it's all like they give you the option. They're all like, how do you respond to the person talking to you? Do you get angry at them? Do you get flirty? Do you get inquisitive? Do you get, you ignore them or, like kind of play it off? You get those options, and depending on how you answer those is how the story progresses. So it's also a story tree, like one of those types of visual novels, like the Fate Stay Night visual novels. You get to this branch, choose an option, and then you go down that path. It was fun, and that was super anime-esque too. And I had heard about Valhalla, but I never played it, and I never saw gameplay. But the guy that was telling me about Nirvana said that they fixed it. They fixed some of the problems people tell them about Valhalla in Nirvana. So I'm curious. I don't know if I'm going to actually go and play the first game. I might just watch a YouTube video or read it on the wiki or something to get the gist of it. But at the same time, too, at least it is a cyberpunk futuristic world. And they're trying to make it also like Blade Runner, where it's like the corporations rule and everyone is basically working at the corporation of some sort. Even the hotel bar that the character works in is run by this corporation. So, don't get out of line. But then this woman that's you're helping, she's like trying to tell you more. And yeah, so it's like that. And then there's two characters you get to play as. You get to play as this dude or this chick. You play as the girl in the demo, at least.
I think it says her name is Sam.
Sam, yeah, Samantha.
And he's Leon.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
and a cat-eared girl here you don't play as.
I don't know who that is. They didn't show her, but yeah. But you can see, this one, Olivia, she was the one from the demo, but you can just look at the characters. It's super anime.
Yeah, definitely.
So it was basically, I felt it was Phoenix Wright. It was literally Phoenix Wright. But Phoenix Wright doesn't have multiple endings, so yeah. So that's also why I think I was pretty much caught in or lured into it, was because it was like that Phoenix Wright style too. And they do the different facial expressions too to kind of animate it. So yeah. Yeah, I was really, really pleasantly impressed with those. Yeah, I attended the Predator panel. So Predator Hunting Grounds. I don't know if I'm gonna buy it, but if someone's playing it on Twitch, I would probably watch them play. It looks fun as hell. It looks fantastic. I love Predator, but I think I would be terrible at that game because I'm too run and gun for that. They're all like, "Oh, stick to the trees and pick them off one by one.
Be stealthy."
Yeah, I'm like, no, that wouldn't be me.
Yeah, I'm the same. I just like to run in and just start shooting.
Yeah, and yeah. So, yeah, that would be something I would watch other people play and other people that are good at the game. Just I'd get hyped from their hype, but yeah. But it looks great. They seem to be very faithful to the Schwarzenegger one.
Cool.
So you can't be mad at that. I saw the Angry Video Game Nerd panel.
Oh, was he there?
He was not, because they said he couldn't get out because of the weather.
Oh,
that's the excuse they gave.
Yeah.
At least that's the excuse they gave. But it was some of the guys from like the movie rentals show that they do on YouTube.
Okay.
Those guys were there, and they were just kind of talking about the show. They're talking about the game that they're doing, the remake, basically. And basically, they did a Q&A where people just asking about the future of the show, what they're planning on doing, the process behind the scenes and all of that. And you can kind of understand. It used to be like way back when, like, oh god, 10 years ago. He used to be doing like a video like once a month or once every other month. But now, in terms of at least the AVGNs, it basically is like once every quarter. So once every 4 months. He did put one out like the Thursday that I left to San Antonio, or to Texas, I should say.
Right.
He put out Raid 2020.
Oh, okay.
So that was his most recent one. Because in his Street Fighter 2010, he's all like, this game's called Raid 2020. Maybe I'll review the game in 2020.
It wasn't Raid Shadow Legends?
No, but have you heard about Raid Shadow Legends? They should ask you to do promos for them.
Nah,
do commercials.
Even if they try, my email doesn't get anything.
Oh.
So who knows? Maybe they've tried.
But yeah. Actually, now that you mention it, I don't think any mobile games... No, that's not true. Funimation Games was there.
Oh,
Funimation
really?
Games was advertising Mob Psycho for your mobile device.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, what? But I was like, oh, wait, Mob Psycho? Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, for your mobile device. So, yeah, Funimation Games was out there.
All right.
But, yeah, it was interesting. It was really different. My luggage got lost, so I pretty much was not there for half the day on Friday. And then even when I got there, I was just kind of like a walking zombie because I didn't really get a whole lot of sleep.
Right.
But Saturday I was there like the whole day, and Sunday I was there like the whole day. So,
did they find your luggage?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good.
Because when I was leaving the Bay Area, it was the really like rainy day. Thursday was super rainy.
Yeah.
And so that just kind of what it does to us here in the Bay Area is it just delays our planes. And so. And it was my fault, too, because I left my domestic flight luggage with the international people. I really should have gone to the domestic side and checked in, so that was also my fault. But basically what ended up happening was they put it on the flight behind mine, which got delayed, and that flight didn't arrive until 9:30 at night. But at 9:30 at night, we were already driving to San Antonio.
Yeah.
So they were like, okay, we're going to send it to your hotel. So they ended up flying it to Houston. And then from Houston, flew it to San Antonio. And from San Antonio, a courier basically took it to the hotel.
Yeah. Where were you?
I was in San Antonio.
And they flew it to Houston first?
Yes.
And then brought it back?
Yes.
That does not make sense.
So, because originally, when I left from the Bay Area, I flew into Austin.
Right.
Austin is where Kimihako lives. Mm-hmm. And so then from there, we drove to San Antonio.
Right.
But since the luggage was on the plane behind me, it didn't get... And that plane was delayed.
Right.
So they ended up flying it to Houston. And then from Houston, apparently... Houston is basically the difference from us in the Bay to Sacramento.
Okay.
So they just were like, screw it, we'll just fly it. And so they flew it. And from there, a courier brought it. And that's how it got to me like at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So, and at that point, I was like, you know what? I don't even want to leave. Might as well just wait until I get my luggage, and then we'll leave. Go to the con. So, but no, the con was really fun though. I saw the Fortnite Almost Pro tournament.
Almost Pro.
Yeah. And then I watched Justin Wong. Commentate Brawlhalla. Which is basically not Smash Brothers, but yeah. And then Mixer was there trying to snipe people away from Twitch. That's always fun. Yeah.
Wow.
Good Smile was there.
Oh, were they?
Even Good Smile was there. They were selling some. They were actually selling the Nero Nendoroid.
Nice.
So, and then they had Naofumi there too. So they had a couple of like weeb stuff and video game stuff too. So, yeah, I was really surprised. So. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So all in all, it was cool. Maybe next year I might go again, but that would only be because I want to do more San Antonio stuff, like go to the Alamo and all that. We just didn't go because Kimmy was just tired because she was working like 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
makes sense.
But
usually you don't want to do anything after you get off work.
Right. So I think that we might do this again one more time next year, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm done with PAX. But yeah, they had this one thing too where your badge has like an RFI thing, so you would just take it all around and like scan them in at the different kiosks.
Yeah,
and then you like would get something, I think, like a pin or something. But yeah,
cool.
I didn't even bother with that because again I was just too tired. But yeah. So right. They had concerts too that again I just didn't go to because I suck. But one of them is called the Super Mess. And basically, they're like a mariachi band that does mariachi covers of video game songs.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I was like, I would have liked to go to that, but again, it was just
too tired.
Everyone's too tired. So I think that next year I'm just gonna have to nut it up and just do it, just go. So
yeah.
But
cool.
Yeah, all in all, it's pretty dope. I had fun. So check them out.
Check them out. It's pretty cool. Because I was there for basic and everything.
For which one?
Basic.
For basic
training.
Oh, for San Antonio.
Yeah, because the Air Force basic training is in San Antonio.
Oh, nice.
So when my grandparents came down after my training, we went to the city.
Nice.
We saw the Alamo. I'll tell you, it's a lot smaller than it looks. Went to the Riverwalk. Went all over. It's fun. It's a fun city.
That's where it was. It was right there at the convention center, which is on the Riverwalk. So
yeah.
But we just didn't go down there. So, and on top of that too, it was also windy and rainy.
Oh yeah, you don't want to.
So that didn't really help. But yeah, that didn't help the mood at all. But yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
I have a reason to go back at least one more time. So
yeah, definitely.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I got for PAX South. It's pretty fun. Check them out. Like I said, Nirvana for at least for all the consoles actually, for PC, Switch, and PS4.
Not Xbox.
And Nirvana.bar.
Yeah.
And then Forsaken Castle, which is another indie game.
Yep.
From Duck Block. But yeah, Roman can probably post the links up if he doesn't mind.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right.
I'll do that.
All right.
So yeah, I know I've heard a lot about PAX because East and stuff.
PAX West, PAX East.
That one, they have one in Seattle, right? Isn't that the
that's PAX West,
the big one?
Yeah, because I think that's where it started was PAX West.
Yeah, it seemed like a lot of fun. Because I think I remember when it was first starting out because I was reading Penny Arcade at the time.
Right, and I think that's the one too where more like game developers come out, especially if it's in Seattle. That's basically Nintendo headquarters.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's not that far from California where all the other big companies are at, so they can just fly up there really fast.
Right.
So, yeah.
That would probably be the one I would recommend. But, like I said, if you can't make it, PAX South is pretty dope, too.
See a lot of more indie guys, so.
Absolutely.
And apparently some of them are good, because you just said you don't like indie.
Yeah, and I was convinced. I played 2 demos, and both of them, they went 3 for 3. Every game that I played, I walked away saying, okay, I want it. It's pretty good.
I think this one, your Forbidden Castle?
Yeah.
Forsaken Castle?
Yeah.
Says on here it's going to be coming soon to Steam, Greenlight, and Kickstarter. So, again, I'll put the link up for the website, and I guess they'll have all that stuff on there.
Sure. If
you want to donate and help them out.
I'll probably kick them up some.
A little bit. Yeah. Okay, but yeah, I didn't go to PAX, so I got nothing. But I think that's it. That's all we got for this one.
Yeah, right? That's all I got. So like I said, not too much to talk about in terms of broad subjects, but I think we pretty much went in depth on what we did have to talk about.
Especially with the FGO. It was more just a standard, let's just talk.
Yeah, because again, like I said, we had the anime going on, we had the game going on, and then, so. But yeah, it's just going to be events in terms of FGO, and then the anime is about to ramp up very heavily, so.
Now that since you mentioned that Semiramis is going to have another raid up during Apocrypha, I might just skip Valentine.
Yeah, Valentine's is something you can also kind of farm naturally.
Yeah.
Because again, you still want to get the chocolates to get the special cutscenes.
Right.
But
I mean, like the banner. I might skip the banners.
Yeah.
Because I mean, all the servants on there you could get at any time, right? They're just got.
Yeah, I don't think there's any limiteds.
Yeah,
it's just the ones the 5 stars just have more of a bumped up rate up. Right. That's all. But yeah, none of them are limited.
I might just skip the banner for Valentine's Day and save all my stuff for either winter or summer.
Okay.
We'll see. Who knows? But yeah, we still thinking of stuff to do for later episodes. We'll try to keep you up on that, but schedules change. Like. We just had a change for our interview.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say when because who knows if it'll change again. I hope it doesn't, but
Yeah.
So I don't know how many times my buddy's going to be like, "Yeah, let's just change the day."
No worries. We'll make it work.
He's a busy guy. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, as soon as we come up with some more stuff, we'll let you know what we got in mind. If there's, we keep asking if you guys have any ideas that you would like us to maybe try to incorporate into the podcast, let us know. Any topics you want us to discuss, let us know in the comments. Just, as long as it's not vulgar, should be okay. Unless we just decide to go all out and do a hentai episode.
Idea.
Yeah. Just thought of that now. But, yeah, that's everything.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys again in a couple of weeks.
Absolutely.
I think the second week of February.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. So Till then, see you around.
All right, you guys have a good one.
Bye.